Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today's video is going to be a little bit different from my normal, but if people seem to like these kinds of videos, then I will definitely do more of them. So this is kind of like a trial. If you guys cannot tell by the title already, it is going to be my first date horror stories or just plain really bad experiences. So if you guys would like to see this video, then please keep on watching. First of all, I'm going to start by saying I could not make up these stories if I tried. Everything I am mentioning right now is very true and it happened. Some of them are not horrible. Well, none of them are really horrible people. They just maybe made the wrong choices or they really put themselves in a bad situation. So, with that being said, just stay tuned to hear about my horror stories. So please don't hate on me. They are just some of my I didn't know how to get out of situations. That we're gonna talk about. I was kind of set up by a friend. So we were at a kind of like a St. Patrick's Day get together, and he just started talking to me and seemed really nice. He wasn't exactly my type of guy, but I figured, he's really nice. I'm just gonna give him a chance to, to talk to, to get to know. And he asked me the next day if we could hang out. So he picked me up at 7 at night, and I get in his vehicle, and the whole time we are driving back and forth from beach to beach. And basically he's just talking. I could not get a word in. This guy was just nonstop talking. And all I'm thinking is, okay, like maybe he just needs someone to talk to. Like maybe he needs someone to listen. So I'm not gonna judge and I'm gonna listen. 2 a.m. rolls around and this guy is still driving me back and forth from beach to beach, nonstop talking. I'm yawning, I'm falling asleep. Like, I was working at that time. I would start at 6 a.m, so I would be up at 4 o'clock in the morning that day, like prior, and I was obviously very, very tired. So eventually I was just like, oh, I'm so tired, like exaggerating that, I just wanted to go home. I needed my bed. I was done. Finally, at 2:30 in the morning, he drops me off. I go to bed, wake up in the morning, and my family was going on vacation somewhere. So I was definitely in my house all alone. And that day he messaged me a few times telling me that, it was so great to talk to me and all of this stuff. And I'm like, oh, that's really sweet. Like, I'm glad you're finding a friend in me. And then I go to stay. I had to go to work. So I used to get off at work at 2:30. He showed up at 2:30 at my work, walked in, started talking to some of the guys, asking if I was still here. I was hiding in the very back, and I was whispering to one of the guys in the back, tell him that I'm not here. Like, this is getting really weird at the fact that he's showing up at my work. So I stay for about 10 minutes extra just to be sure that he's gone, and then I go home. When I see my front door, now keep in mind I'm completely alone for a whole week, and this guy's already following me at work. So I go up to my doorstep, and there is some flowers. And I'm like, okay, like the guy brings me flowers, fine. And the next day I go back to work. He showed up at my work again. And asking the guys where I am again. Like, at this point, like, I'm getting pretty freaked out. Like, this guy is basically a friendly stalker. I don't want get the gist of what was happening. So let me just tell you, for that week straight, every single day, he showed up at my work. He texted me and would text me and say, what if I just showed up knocking on your doorstep? What if I, they were getting really creepy. So after every single day after work, I found a teddy bear. After that, I found melted ice cream. I found, I forget what else. There was something. I don't remember, but there was just little kind of gifts every single day at my doorstep. I mean, this guy was harmless, but it was so creepy. Needless to say, I never went on a date with this guy ever again. Date that I'm gonna talk about. I was set up by a high school best friend. She told me that, her husband has this friend. He hasn't been on a date in a while. And yeah, she just thought I may like him, so why not go on a date with him? So she sends me a picture of him. He looks pretty cute in the picture, I meet him, and so he comes into my area and we meet at the mall, I think, and then we go to the destination that we were going to go to. So when he walks in, I'm not even kidding you, this guy must have not showered in 2 weeks. His hair was fairly long, and it looked like he had been swimming in butter. That's how bad this is. But I'm you know what? My friend set me up. I don't want to make any, because it's her husband's best friend, so I'm going to do it. When under the circumstances, I'm still I'm still going to give this guy the benefit of the doubt. I'm going to be nice, because I'm not mean like that at all. I just want to give everyone a chance. And so we get into conversation, and this guy tells me about how he smokes pot, grows pot, sells pot, and I'm I don't do drugs. The most you can get me to do is have some drinks. That's not for me. Literally, after even saying that, that's mainly what this guy talks about everywhere that he's done it, everywhere he's grown it, and I'm are you kidding me right now? Did I not just tell you I hate that? That's not in my lifestyle. Thinking, finally, this guy is going to change subjects. Boy, was I wrong. The next thing that he talks about is his cats. So I love animals, perfectly fine, but this guy is telling me that he has about 15 cats. And I'm okay, so you're a huge pothead and you have 1 million cats. So basically, I'm on a date with a mixture of Bubbles from the Trailer Park Boys and some really big pothead. Great. But anyways, I sucked it up and I finished the date and was as nice as I could possibly be, but at the back of my head, I was ready to kill my friend. Because, yeah, that was not the perfect date for me. Let's talk about guy number 3. So the date went perfectly fine. We went mini putting and we had a little bite to eat, some appetizers and a drink. And then at the end of the night, I went home and he texted me goodnight and all of that. But the next day, I even told him that, I'm going out for my friend's birthday. She's having her, I think it was her 24th birthday. And we're going to be going bowling or mini putting, and we're going to be going out for a bite to eat and maybe a drink. So we went mini putting, that's where we went. So while I was mini putting, and think about how long it takes to mini putt. So probably about an hour and a half, give or take, with the amount of people that was there. I had 32 text messages from this guy. I had 4 missed calls, 3 voicemails. Let me just tell you, the text message and voicemails went from, where are you? What are you doing? Who are you seeing? calling me all different names in the book, like disgusting, awful names. Like this guy was so, I guess, demeaning to women because of the choice of words that he chose to call me. So I most definitely dodged a bullet by going out with my friends and seeing what kind of guy he was. At that point, I needed a day to register what was really going on and what he said. So I did not answer him at all because that would have been just like throwing flames on the fire. So I went to bed that night and then I woke up in the morning and I said, listen, I'm going to give you a little bit of advice. Don't ever call a female the words that you just called me. They will never want to date you, and they shouldn't. So I suggest that you change your attitude, but keep in mind, I am not and will never be interested in you. The date went perfectly nice, but your true colors came out last night. Basically, he messaged me after that saying, listen, I don't even remember last night. I don't know what happened. Give me another chance. And at that point, I'm just like, I need to block this guy. So I literally blocked him from my phone, from ever calling me ever again. Like that was it. I was done. Now we're going to talk about guy number 4. So guy number 4, I actually met online and we started talking for probably about a month. I just wanted to kind of get the feel of what kind of person he was. And he messaged me one night saying, hey, listen, like, I'm going to have a party tomorrow night. Just having some friends over, and then we're going to be going to the country bar, which was my favorite bar. So I was like, yeah, sure, I'll come. At least there's more people there in case it is awkward. When I show up, his friends are hitting on me and complimenting me and like bluntly hitting on me. So I think nothing of it. The guy that I was supposed to actually go there to, be on this like date with, I guess you could say, he was barely talking to me. So anyways, we all get ready and we go to the bar. While we're at the bar, he kept disappearing with one of his friends like at a time. And I'm like, whatever. Maybe he's a little bit nervous. But every time he left, one of his friends, one of the guy friends, would either try to dance way too close in my bubble, or they would just bluntly hit on me and say, why are you here on a date with him? Why don't you go on a date with me? And I'm like, that's such an awkward position to put me in. I'm like, honestly, like I'm here just to hang out with him. So I don't know what to say. I started chit-chatting to some of the girls. We were dancing and all of that. And while I'm in their little group, this one girl goes up to him and says, you're lucky. I put all those, what's it called? Oh, scrapbook away. And all of your photos. And at the time, I'm like, that's really weird, but whatever that means. So the night's over. I go home, and the next day I look on Facebook, and he has a photo of him and his girlfriend. So those scrapbooks and those photos were photos that his friends put away because he has a girlfriend. So yeah, I was on a date with a guy who had a girlfriend. Yay, me. That was all of my awful date experiences that I can talk about. Those were just the guys that I went on first dates with that never made it to a second date. I dated some really big tools in my day, but those ones were probably the worst, and there's a reason why they did not make it to date number 2. If you guys end up liking these videos and want to see more kind of little chit-chat story of my life videos, then most definitely let me know, and I will plan on doing some more because I have some pretty juicy stories, I'm not gonna lie. Again, I did not make up any of these guys. They actually happened. If any of these guys so happen to be someone that you would want to date, then don't hate on me for how I expressed myself about them. I'm sure that they're not bad people. They were just not a good situation. Also, let me know which guy you thought was the absolute worst. Guy number 1, 2, 3, or 4. So let me know down below. If you guys like this video, then don't forget to give it a big thumbs up and to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Until next time, bye guys!